The Song of the Seal Maiden. In a small fishing village on Ireland's wild western coast, where the waves whispered ancient secrets and Selkie songs echoed through misty mornings, lived a fisherman's son named Shaun. His mother had passed when he was young, leaving him with only her silver flute and his father Colm, who spoke more to the sea than to people. Shaun had a gift passed down from his mother. He could play music that made the fish leap in their nets and the seals dance in the surf. The villagers whispered that his mother had been more than human, for Shaun's eyes held the same deep, dark mystery as the ocean itself. Living nearby was the village healer, old Gren, with her apprentice Cara. With hair white as sea foam and fingers stained with herbs, Gren kept the old ways alive. She taught young Cara the language of plants, the songs of healing, and the secrets of speaking with the good folk who still dwelt in the hollow hills by the shore. Cara was different from the other village girls. While they dreamed of marriage and mortal love, she spent her days gathering seaweed for medicine and listening to tales of the other world. She wore a cloak of deep green, the colour of storm-tossed waves, and around her neck hung a pearl that seemed to glow with its own inner light. One stormy evening, when the wind howled like the banshee herself, Granny took ill with a fever that her own herbs couldn't cure. "Only the healing waters from the well of the Selkies can save me," she told Cara. "But beware, the well lies beneath the waves in the realm of the seal people, and they guard it jealously." Cara knew she had to try, but the seas were treacherous. As she stood on the shore at midnight, wondering how to reach the undersea well, she heard the haunting notes of Shaun's flute. The music seemed to calm the raging waters, and drawn by the melody, a group of seals approached the beach. The largest seal transformed into a woman of otherworldly beauty, wearing a coat of silver-grey seal fur. "I am Morrigan, queen of the Selkie folk," she said. "We have watched you, Cara, seeing how you honour the old ways and heal with a gentle heart. And we have watched you, Shaun, son of one of our own. Your mother was my sister, who chose to stay on land for love of your father." But before she could say more, a dark shape rose from the waves, the Morrigan herself, in the form of a great black seal. The war goddess had been drawn by the possibility of chaos and suffering, hoping Granny's illness would break the village's connection to the old magics. The Morrigan offered Shaun a terrible choice. She would spare the village from storms for 100 years if he would give up his music forever. To Cara she offered a different bargain. She would heal Gren if Cara would take her place as the harbinger of doom, foretelling death with a banshee's cry. But Shaun and Cara had another idea. Together they played the ancient music of land and sea, his flute and her voice joining in harmony. Their song called to every seal on the western coast and to the good folk of the hollow hills. The music wove a spell more powerful than even the Morrigan's darkness, for it was born of both worlds, just as they were. The Morrigan, defeated by the power of their united music, retreated beneath the waves. Morrigan led them to the Selkies' well, its waters glowing with healing magic, but she warned them that taking it would come with a price. One of them would have to join the seal people forever. Shaun offered himself, ready to embrace his mother's people, but Cara stepped forward first, taking off her green cloak. "I have always felt the call of the sea," she said. "Let me be the bridge between our worlds." Morrigan gave Cara a seal coat of her own, dark as kelp with flecks of silver. She transformed into a seal more graceful than any other, save the queen herself. The healing waters were brought to Granny, who recovered and continued teaching the old ways to the villagers. Now Shaun plays his mother's flute by the shore twice each day, at dawn and dusk. Sometimes a seal with eyes as green as storm-tossed waves surfaces to listen, and in those moments his music carries the sound of a woman's voice singing harmony. They say on certain nights, especially when the moon is full and the tide is high, those who know where to look might see a group of seals dancing in the waves, led by one wearing a glowing pearl around her neck. And if you're very quiet, you might hear both flute and voice singing together, weaving spells of healing and hope into the wind itself. The villagers flourished, keeping alive both the old magics and new ways. They say that when someone who knows the old songs needs help, they might find a gift of healing herbs on their doorstep, still wet with sea spray. And sometimes, when the storms rage fiercest, a seal's song can be heard beneath the thunder, calming the waves and guiding lost boats home.